Hey, what's up, you guys? Hello, my loves, magical magicians. JasmineAten here, mystic at the Crossroads. I wanted to hop on here really quickly. First of all, happy Friday to everybody. Happy October. We are inching closer to Samhain, to Halloween, to the Witch's New Year, to the biggest ritual of the year. I wanted to share with you guys a download that I got to share with the collectives in terms of the law of attraction and how a lot of us are doing it wrong. Hi everybody, thanks for joining. Hello, thanks for the hearts. Hey Daniel. So I want to talk to you guys about the law of attraction and how a lot of us seem to get it wrong, and what nobody is telling you, what nobody is talking about, and how this plays into your spiritual work, how this plays into your candle magic, how this plays into your vision board, your manifestations, and everything. Hey Ingrid, as you guys are joining, please say hello, drop a comment, let me know your name, where you're joining from, share this video, show your girl some love. So happy to see you guys. I need to do lives more. I haven't been able to do them, but I miss you guys and I'm enjoying being here. Thank you for the hearts. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Hey Kiara, hi my love. So let's talk about, we got a few things to talk about, but I'm gonna try to make this video really short. We're gonna first start off by talking about the law of attraction and why do we all seem to get it wrong. Now, how many of you have wanted something and you've thought about it and you've really held that, like, God, I really wish this could happen, and it has shown up and you're like, wow, I wanted that and happen. If that has happened to you, comment me down below. And how many of you, hey Jen, and hi LaShawn, hi Nicole, hi everybody, thank you. If you're just joining, please comment your name and where you're joining from. Share this video. I was just thinking about doing my first pull-out candles. Oh yes, girl, I love those. So how many of you have thought about what you didn't want to happen? Like, oh, I really hope, I cannot deal with that. And it still happened. And you're like, fudge sickles, right? God bless it. Comment me if that has happened to you. And oftentimes that happens to the things we don't want seem to show up a lot faster than the things that we do want. We're human, it happens, right? How many of you have seen the movie The Secret? If you have not seen it, you have to see it. And I was really thinking about making it a prerequisite for taking my course. But if you are planning on taking my Mystics, Candle Magic, and Conjure course, you need to watch The Secret, because it will really tie everything together and help your manifestations faster. But aside from that, the law of attraction in The Secret is basically defined as your thoughts become things. I think that's something that we undoubtedly all kind of know to be true, right? Hi Brooklyn. If I don't say hello or I miss your questions, I promise I'm not ignoring you. They're just scrolling by so quick, but I will go back through the questions and try to answer as many as I can, or inbox you if, you know, I'll get to them. So with the law of attraction, we know thoughts are things, and we are often told, focus on the desired outcome, focus on what you want, you know, recite your affirmations, create your vision board, light your candles. Don't think about the how or the when, and don't be negative. Try to be positive and vibrate, right? And all of those things are true. Absolutely. Yes, you should visualize the outcome. You should create a vision board. You should recite your affirmations. You should do all of this work. However, it is difficult for you to walk around happy-go-lucky and be all positive when you're dealing with a situation that you are having to constantly deal with on a daily basis that is not supportive, where you are like, I'm stressed. How am I supposed to pretend that I'm all positive and I'm attracting all these things to me when shit's going wrong, right? This is the part of the law of attraction that nobody tells you about, but I'm going to share it with you. Number one, when you are wanting to manifest something, I'm going to give you guys an example, okay? This is something that I'm teaching. I'm giving you a little freebie, but these are some things that I discuss in the course. One, if you want to manifest a 6-figure income and maybe a beautiful house, right? Doesn't even have to be anything crazy. Just a nice, pretty, maybe 3-4 bedroom house, whatever that looks like for you. But you're living in a 1-bedroom apartment, unemployed, doing DoorDash, and your credit sucks. Having to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be is the missing link, right? So you can create the vision board and it's going to feel really good when you do it. And you can find this awesome witch on YouTube called Magick at the Crossroads and go buy all these candles and burn them to manifest your house. And be like, yes, I watched all her videos and I'm going to manifest this house and 6-figure income, right? And you can say your affirmations and write your petitions. You can do all of this. And 2 months later, nothing's happened. And like, these vision boards don't work. That witch lied. I'm not buying any more candles. What's happening, right? The thing is, in law of attraction, people tell you to focus on the outcome and almost ignore what's really happening, what's going on around you in your real life. And you cannot do that. Now, no, you're not supposed to sit and wallow in it, but you also cannot just completely minimize where you are and what you're going through. You have to be realistic. So how do you bridge that gap? Because if I'm looking at a vision board every day about what I want, and it's not happening, that's actually going to create more feelings of disappointment, which is going to transmute into a negative low vibration, which is going to in turn block what it is I'm asking the universe for. So how do we connect the dots to get to the finish line? Well, for starters, be realistic about where you are, your situation. And it might suck and it might hurt and it's uncomfortable. Trust me, we've been there. I've definitely been there. But instead of, if you want to manifest a 6-figure income in a house, instead of burning a candle to attract the house, or even instead of burning the candle to attract the 6-figure income, break your manifestation down into smaller steps and do your rituals according to that. I have an entire 9-step worksheet inside of the course that teaches you how to do that. But this is what you do. 1, start visualizing you catching up on the bills, right? So 6-figure income over here, door dashing over here, rent's a month behind. Start visualizing you calling up your landlord and giving him that money order, giving him that check, catching up on your rent. Like, you thought I wasn't gonna pay you, but I just did. Start visualizing you getting a phone call from a company because they saw your resume and they're interviewing you. Start even visualizing the stress and the irritation of having to work overtime and being called in on your day off when you really don't want to go to this job. But the outcome of that, the blessing in that is you got a promotion. You got a raise to a higher pay bracket or to a position now that is making the goal of 6-figure income and potentially that house a little more obtainable, okay? Start visualizing, if you want to buy a house and your credit sucks, don't even burn a candle for a house. Burn a candle to banish your debt. Burn a candle to fix the credit. Burn a candle to get the down payment. And if you guys have time, if you want to hear the story about the ritual I did of how a candle ritual fixed my credit, I'll share it with you. But you got to comment below and let me know. Start really looking at the aspects that don't feel so good and seeing yourself getting through them. When you start acknowledging where you are and putting yourself in a mindset that this is temporary, I'm getting through this, I'm going to get through this, this DoorDash isn't going to be forever, that's when things will start to shift and change. That's when the help that you need will start to show up. With the universe, if you take 1 step, 2 more will be laid out for you. You take those 2 steps, 5 more will be laid out for you. You can't want a 6-figure income in a house and sit at home wallowing in depression and not doing anything. You have to figure out something, whether it's starting a business, whether it's starting a new job. Now, sometimes you don't know what you want, and that's perfectly fine. When I was 28, I knew that I needed a change. I had worked in a high-profile medical office for 10 years. I loved being in the medical field. It wasn't working anymore, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. What did I do? I burned a road opener candle for an entire year. Literally, I worked that ritual for a year, and I was open-ended at this point. It was like, universe, guide me in the right direction. So when you guys hear me say road opener candles are great, because if you don't know what you want, burn a road opener candle and be open to receiving and asking to be led in the right direction. Hold on, I had to take notes because y'all know I talk too much. Now, next to that, again, work has to be done. We all know that. But I'm just going to reiterate, start focusing and breaking them down into little stages and not getting so upset with yourself, not being so hard on yourself, not going through the cycle that we all do, because the ego is going to say, fool, how the hell are you going to get a house and a six-figure income when you and your cat Luna are sharing a can of tuna? It's not going to happen. That's what the limiting character will tell you. That's what your ego is going to tell you, and it's bullshit. You have to be able to remind yourself, that's false. I'm not accepting that into my reality. Yes, things may not be good right now, but that's not going to last. In fact, the universe is already conspiring to help me change it. What can I possibly do right now on my own, even if that's something as simple as just doing an internet search? What can I do? You do your part, the universe will follow through. You do a little bit, the universe will do the heavy lifting. Now, when it comes to, again, I'm going to use the house manifestation, right? If you want to manifest a house, you're going to do your debt removal ritual. You're going to do your ritual to attract a certain amount of money for the down payment. You're going to do these in stages. Maybe you set one goal each month. That's something else we're going to talk about in the course, is a 12-month roadmap. 12 months equals 12 goals accomplished. What would your life look like if you were to accomplish 12 goals, right? Big or small? Where would you be a year from now? Just, you don't have to answer, just think about it. Think about where you were a year ago, October, and ask yourself this question. Where was I a year ago? Am I any further or am I behind? Did I accomplish the things I wanted, or am I still working on them? And whatever the answer is okay. This is not a judgment, it's not a test, it's not anything to make you feel bad. Just think about it. And think about, are you doing anything different? Have you put in any work? What work did you put in? Did you? Were you able to? Were you not? Did you manifest things? Did they not manifest? These are all things to take into consideration. Now think about, where do you want to be a year from now? If you guys have been following for a while, you all know. If you're waiting to January 1st to set your intentions for the next fiscal year, for your finances, for your prosperity, for your family, for your kids, for your goals, you're already too late. One thing about October, this is the time of year where we're getting ready to move into the holidays. We're getting ready to go into that energy where people are going to be reflecting on their year. They're getting ready for tax season, hoping to get a tax return if you do. Maybe getting ready to travel to see family. If you observe certain holidays, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, you got little ones, they're going to be expecting gifts and all these sort of things that you need to financially be able to prepare for, to provide for, while maintaining your bills and everything, planning for the next year. So this is the time where you want to set that tone now. Remember, in any type of spiritual work, but candle magic specifically, things take time. You start working on things now. You start thinking about, what do I want by next summer? Maybe 12 months is too far ahead. What do I want between now and the next 3 months? What do I want between now and the next 6 months? These can be big or these can be little. Maybe you just want to raise. Maybe you just want to lose 20 pounds, which is not going to happen because Thanksgiving is coming, right? It doesn't matter what it is, but start thinking about it. Now, in October, the energy, the veil between our physical world and our spiritual world is thin. It is merging. That means that anything that you request, any energy that you tap into, is going to be amplified. Those loved ones that have crossed over are able to come and kind of mingle back and forth between this realm and the next one. You're just able to make a deeper spiritual connection. Now, whether or not you celebrate Halloween or you believe it or you don't believe it, you don't have to believe certain things for them to be true. But this is a time of year that any work that's done during the month of October, a full moon, and on Halloween particularly, is bound to manifest. Now, this year, what I like to do every year, and I tell you guys to do this, is write out a goal of like things that you want to happen next year. And they all may manifest, they may not. I use this time of year to go back and reflect over my goals that I've written. Some of them came, some of them didn't come, some of them I'm like, girl, what in the world were you thinking? You thought you wanted that, but you really didn't. But my point is, you start now, you do your work now, so by the time December comes, January comes, the flow of prosperity, the flow of your desires, you're already vibrationally aligning yourself with the things that you want. When I talk to people that tell me their tax return was delayed, they're still waiting on their unemployment from like 9 months ago, let me choose my words carefully because I don't want to upset anybody, but this is why I talk about preventative magic, maintenance magic, keep your money candles burning, so when life throws lemons, okay, and you don't have no vodka to mix with it, you already have a backup plan lined up spiritually and energetically to come in and carry you forward. Does that make sense? Am I making sense to anyone? Hey, hi guys, thank you for joining. I hope I'm making sense. So this is a good time there's a full moon coming in a couple of days. If you're planning on doing some spiritual work for that, write out a list of your goals for next year. And like I said, you don't have to write a long list. Maybe you don't know what they are. Throw a road opener candle on there. Say, hey, universe, lead me and guide me. How many of you guys, do you guys want to hear about how my candle ritual helped me fix my credit? Well, I'm gonna tell you anyway. And this is because I want you guys to understand how things do not always show up the way that we want them. Things do not always manifest the way that we want them. You can set a candle, you can do a ritual for a goal, and you can say, I want it to come like this, and it will come, but it will not come the way that you want. So, quick little story. And y'all know I'm very transparent with you guys. I probably tell you a little too much, but you know what? I'm real and this is what it is. So your girl, her credit sucked. And that's because nobody taught me about credit. My mom was a witch. She was a tarot reader. And by the time I was born, she was a homemaker. She worked, in her 20s and 30s, but at that point in her stage, she was a stay-at-home mom. She didn't teach me about credit. The only thing I knew about credit was don't mess it up. Don't mess up your credit. It's gonna follow you. Don't mess up your credit. You won't get anything. Like, I didn't even, what does don't mess up your credit meant? I knew what credit cards were, and I know that you use them and they have to be paid. Nobody explained how detrimental to anything in life, a car, school, an apartment, like anything is going to be contingent on your credit. And I didn't know. Honestly, I just didn't know. So what do you think happened when I turned 18? I started getting credit card offers, and I bought a car and all this stuff, right? And then what happened? The bill started to come, and I had a car, and I had an apartment, and I had car insurance, and I had all this stuff, and I had school and all these things, and now I have these credit card bills that if I have to make a decision between paying the car note and paying the credit cards, well, guess what? The credit cards did not get paid. So I didn't know. I was not financially educated. They don't teach you that in school. I didn't know. Long story short, I finally got to a place where I'm like, I gotta fix my credit. Like, this is not okay. Because you end up having to pay higher deposits, there's more interest, you get denied for stuff, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know the deal. So I finally started doing rituals. Instead of focusing on attracting money, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a ritual to get rid of this. Like, I want to get rid of this debt. And I was coming from a mindset of, I'll just attract enough money and I'll just pay everything off. Like, attracting money is not hard, right? It's really not. So I'm gonna do a ritual geared towards banishing debt. And I think it was a few years ago, which tells you I had bad credit for a long time. I'm 36. I didn't get my credit fixed until in my 30s, in like few years ago, right? So imagine from 18 up until a couple of years ago, this was my reality. So I did this ritual and I was open-ended. My intention was, I'll just manifest the money and I'll start paying little by little the stuff on my credit. Now, the truth is, I didn't really want to pay them. I'm gonna just be honest. That stuff had been on there for a long time. I didn't want to pay it, but I didn't know any other way. I just figured that was how you do it, right? You pay the stuff off and your credit gets better and you move on with life. Long story short, sorry guys, I had a piece of hair on my lip. Long story short, I met a client. I got a new client and she was coming to me for readings and candle work and stuff like that. And she did lashes. So I always wanted to get my lashes done, but I never wanted to pay for it because it's pricey. And so after a couple of readings and a couple of months or whatever, she was like, hey, if you ever want to get your lashes done, like, let me know. I'll hook you up, no charge. You've given me a few readings. I've done some candles. Like, my business is getting better. So, And I was like, you know what? Okay, cool, right? Who am I to turn down? Why not? I'll go get my lashes done. So as time went on, we started to barter, right? So she was asking me a lot of questions about candle magic and readings and everything. So she just kind of suggested like, okay, well, listen, I'll do your lashes for you if you can like dress some candles and bring them to me, or even teach me how to do it myself. So I'm like, cool. Another thing for you guys, you never know where things are going to show up. If you have a skill set and a talent and you network with other people with skill sets and talents, barter with them. See if they're willing to trade services. This is a way to still attract and create things that you want without having to really come out of cash money out of your pocket, but it's still an energetic exchange, okay? So fast forward, I would go every 2 weeks. She would fill my lashes. I'd bring her a box of candles. I would sit with her and tell her individually, this candle is for this candle is for this, how do you combine them, burn this for this, burn this for this. I taught her how to dress them, everything. Like, I taught her as much as I could in the little time that we had between her appointments. And I'd give her a reading, get my lashes done. All right, girl, see you see you in 2 weeks. She called me one day and she actually asked me if I wanted to go out to eat. And she said, I want to buy you a Christmas gift because you've been helping me in all those candles I've been burning. I've got a lot of new clients coming in, like I've attracted customers. And I'm like, oh girl, that's sweet. Like, you don't have to. She's like, no, really, I want to, I want you to come meet me at the mall. I want you to pick out something. She's like, I got a credit card. Like, I manifested a credit card and I know it was from the candle rituals that you taught me. And being open to receiving, right? I understand we like to be humble, but when the universe is trying to bless you with something, pay attention. I almost said no, but I said, okay, you know what? That's cool. I'll come meet you. So we went out to eat, funny, haha, had a drink, go to the mall. She's like, I got this credit card. We'll hit up a couple stores, just whatever you want. It's on me because I'm really grateful. So we get to talking and she's telling me about how she got this credit card and how her credit sucked. And it sucked for a long time. And how through her candle magic ritual, she attracted a new client. And this client was coming to get her lashes done. And she was a credit repair expert. And guess what? They started bartering services. And I'm like, closed mouths don't get fed. So I'm like, girl, can she help me out? Like, how do you, right? And she was like, oh yeah, I'll just call her. I'll ask her. So what did she do? She called the chick and the chick was like, oh, okay, for sure. Give her my number. I called her and I got my credit repaired. I didn't even know, and it was legal. Let me just say this. It wasn't like one of those credit repair consolidation and all that. I had explored all those avenues. She literally helped me fix my credit. And in 3 months, from the time of printing out my credit report and doing everything she told me, I had a credit card come in the mail and I almost fainted. I literally called them and I thought it was a scam. I'm like, is this real? Is somebody, y'all giving me a credit card? And they were like, it's legitimate. You were approved, kind of like, do you want it or don't you? My point to all of this is, I thought I needed to manifest money to fix my credit. You could not have told me in a million years that I would have met a client who would start doing my lashes, who attracted a new client from me teaching her candle magic, who would have helped me fix my credit. So the universe will bring things to you in ways that you would never expect. You have to be open to it and you have to be willing to do the work. So that is how, and I have other stories, but that was a big one. That was a big goal for me. Now, there were other things involved. I, of course, keep my candles burning constantly. In fact, I had even, prior to the debt rich, when I did the debt banishing ritual, because my credit was the focus, I printed out a little credit card and I put it on the altar, symbolizing having credit, having repaired credit, and like not having this debt hanging over me anymore. So there was work. It wasn't a ton, but there was work that went into it and it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really did work. And not only that, because another thing that's important, when you manifest certain things, don't get yourself back into that same predicament. I started to educate myself and I started to read and study and learn about credit and how it works and how to build it and things like that. I'm still in the learning process, but that all came from the ritual that I did. Hands down, I don't care what anybody says. Nobody can tell me that candle magic didn't work. Nobody can tell me candle magic doesn't work anyway, because I'm a living testament. I wouldn't believe them. But it came from a ritual, and I did the work. I did the debt banishing ritual. And I want to say, hold on, I want to be accurate. I want to say from the time I did the candle work to the time I met my new client was about a month. From the time that I met her and all of that happened, it was maybe a couple of months, maybe like 2 months. It wasn't very long before I ended up being introduced to her client, who was able to help me fix my sucky credit, right? So networking is important, being open, not restricting yourself into this little box. I truly do feel like if I had said, if my manifestations were bring me the money, bring me the money, bring me the money, bring me the money so I can pay these bills off, so I can fix these credit, it probably would have happened, but it wouldn't have been as smooth as it went. So this is where I talk about be clear on your intention, be clear on what you want, but also be open in the way that it comes to you. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And you can apply that formula to anything, quite honestly. I wasn't in denial of the fact that my credit sucked, and it was very depressing, and it was embarrassing, to be honest with you, but I acknowledged it, I sat with it, and then I started working on it. And the credit repair goal was for the next goal that I'm working on, which is purchasing a home. And I knew how am I going to buy a house without fixing the credit? So I had to start somewhere. You see what I'm saying? I didn't burn a bunch of candles to manifest a new house. Mind you, I was already living here, but I didn't start burning candles to get a house. I could have, but I knew I need to start with a smaller step. So big goal, shrink it down into smaller steps, and do candle rituals for each one of those little steps leading to that big thing. And that's where a lot of us go wrong with the law of attraction. Okay. Hi guys. Hi Charles. Hi Denise. So that's my story for you guys. I just wanted to share this with you. Now, what those of you have already been asking and wondering, candle magic class. Okay. I am very excited that after all these years, and if you guys, I don't know how many of you, if any of you took my candle magic course back in 2019 with my friend Oyi. It was amazing. It was so much fun connecting with everybody. But it was a kind of Q&A, like lifestyle candle magic and astrology combined, which was great. And I had so much fun. But a lot of feedback I got from you guys, and even myself included, there wasn't as much candle magic being taught. And a lot of you were like, we kind of really wanted a class with you all to ourselves. So after years of me thinking about it, talking about it, wanting it, I had to get past my own limiting character, my own kind of like, you know, can I really do this? Can I bring this to the people and it be a hit to help everybody succeed? Mystics Candle Magic and Conjure Academy is officially here. Yay. It is open as of today. And I really wanted to create a school of magic. I want to share with people how to use candle magic in the formula and plug it into any part of your life that you want to manifest in a way that's easy and digestible to understand. When I go on TikTok or Instagram or any of these social media platforms and look at other practitioners, yes, they're skilled, but they leave out so many details. Part of the reasons why my videos are so long and I talk so much is because I try to dissect things and explain them to you in a way that you can understand. This course took me a long time to put together, and that's because I wanted to make sure that I covered every single solitary candle, how to use them, how to combine them, how to dress them. A lot of people will walk into a spiritual shop and look at a uncrossing and a jinx remover and a blockbuster and think, well, these are just going to fix my bad luck. They will, but they're actually all very different, and they all work very differently. And the way you combine them with other things and the way you prepare them will give you a different outcome. These are things that I'm not seeing other practitioners kind of break down. Who tells you what the wick of the candle symbolizes? Who goes over what each and every solitary little symbol on the candle represents? My style of learning is very visual. You can lecture me to death all day and I might not get it. But if you show me something and give me the opportunity to be hands-on with it, I got it. That's kind of my teaching style. I like to show things with visual representations. So in this course, it is downloadable. There are 131 videos that I have created for you guys. 131 videos. That's a lot of information. And this is a beginner-friendly course, mind you. But the way I've set it up is so that you can follow along and you can really see and understand how I dissect candle magic. Because for me, in order for me to believe something is going to work, and we know belief has a lot to do with what you manifest, you have to understand it. And for the average person, telling somebody light this candle and you're going to attract a new job, the link between may not correlate. Like, how do you mean I'm gonna light this candle and a job's gonna come? Well, yeah, how do you explain that to somebody who's never done this before? And that's what I feel is missing from a lot of videos and content. People will tell you what candles to burn and they'll tell you what you put in them. They won't really explain to you how this is gonna work. So after I hop off of here, I'm going to post the link for everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the course as much as I enjoyed creating it. I'm also going to be setting up a separate Facebook group for those that do join the class. You will have a Facebook group where you can interact amongst other students. I will be doing live Q&A videos. You will also have a direct way to contact me if you have questions about the course or just anything pertaining to it. Why I like doing it this way was with the live videos that we did last time, it was fun. It was a lot of question answered. It wasn't enough demonstration. I didn't get to show you guys how to dress candles. I didn't get to explain what the different types of candles were and how to plug them into a ritual. I didn't get to show you guys the steps of how to break down a ritual, how to record your rituals. I didn't teach you the mindset mastery, which there's an entire 12-month mindset mastery section inside of the course to manifest your goals, like literally 12 months to a new life. There's a lot of information in there, and at this way you can work at it at your own pace and still kind of have me like the teacher just sitting at the desk waiting to help you out along the way. So I will post all of that information here. I am super excited for all of you who will be joining and looking forward to talking to you, hearing your goals, hearing your success, and answering your questions, okay? I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. I am getting ready to head out the door. For those of you that ordered your money oils and road open oils and all of that, packages were sent. Today's Friday, so packages were sent Wednesday, yesterday, and I have a small group. I have about just a handful of orders that were just placed that I'm sending out this afternoon. That's why if I can get out the door, I can get to the post office in time. You should have tracking numbers in your email that you use to purchase your order with. Check your spam, check your junk folder. With USPS and just regular shipping, sometimes their updates are a little bit behind. So it may say it hasn't been received. I checked this morning. But I assure you, I am not holding anybody's money oil prisoner. I want you guys to have it, especially if you're doing magic for Halloween. So orders are sent. They are coming. They will be coming soon. And I appreciate you guys supporting my small business and allowing me to share a little bit of the magic that's helped me with all of you. Okay? All right, you guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. And I will get back to you guys very soon. Love you.